Today I'm going to recreate the look I wore last night for my birthday dinner, and I didn't get a chance to film this last night. I had plans to, but our plans changed just a little bit last night, and I'll talk about that in the video further on. But if you're interested in seeing how I created this makeup look using tried and true products in my makeup stash, please keep watching. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ange and I like to share all things beauty and lifestyle aimed at the more mature woman. If that sounds like you, please consider subscribing by clicking on the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to click on the notification bell so that YouTube lets you know each time I do upload a video. I am uploading videos on a weekly basis and I would love to see you back. So last night I went out for dinner to celebrate my 56th birthday. Last night was Saturday. I'm filming this on Sunday, the day after, and tomorrow is my birthday, the day that this video is going up. So today I wanted to recreate the makeup look that I wore out for dinner, and this beautiful wig that I have just recently. It's my latest edition and I found the one. I love this. It was not one that I had purchased early on because it is probably the most, the Raquel Welch was probably the most expensive wig that I bought. This is up there. It has a full mono top, lace front, so I can part it wherever I want. I still have to play with it. I've only had it for a week, but absolutely love it. This is the one, and I think I would be really happy to try it in a blonde colour as well, but she ticks all the boxes for me and I'm really happy with her. So without further ado, let's get into this makeup look. Going in with my Tatcha silk canvas. I've got lots of primers that I'm using. Some I like more than others, but I do like my Tatcha silk canvas in the original. I haven't tried the liquid version. And I do like the Hourglass new one. The Hourglass airbrush primer as well. And my one size. Now my skin, I am finding that I'm in a discovery phase with my makeup. Not everything is working out at the moment. My skin has really changed, and I'm finding that makeup, especially complexion products that I have had in the past and used and loved, are just not the best things for me to be using on my skin at the moment, because my skin has changed so much. It has aged quite a bit going through all my treatment, and it's definitely become very dehydrated and more on the dry side and not oily at all like it was prior to my cancer diagnosis. Okay, I'm going in. I haven't got much of this left. I am on the hunt for the Smashbox version that has come out of this Becca Anti-Fatigue Under Eye Primer. I haven't been able to find it in our store in New Zealand that has it, but I'm sure stock is quite bad here at the moment. As far as getting stock in with certain things, so I'm just keeping an eye out for that to replace that product when I run out. A product that I have really been enjoying and I brought two similar products at the same time to compare. I bought the more expensive by Terry Brightening CC Serum, and I bought the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. Now for my mature skin, I prefer this much better than the Flawless Filter. I've discovered that when using this, I only use it in my high points on my cheek. I don't feel that it is very flattering on my mature skin. However, the by Terry, which is a lot more expensive than the Charlotte Tilbury, I do like on my skin. And I just use this and spread it with my fingers. And I use it under my foundation. Now, as you can see, my hair is growing back. I've just got a patch here that I need to fill in, but I think once that fills in, I think when it comes to going to work, I will wear like a G.I. Jane buzz cut to work rather than persevering with wigs every day and keeping the wigs that I have just for special occasions and outside of work. Okay, so that is the by Terry CC Serum, and the colour I had for that is number 3, Apricot Glow. Now the foundation that I did wear last night is one of my favourites, and it's the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. I have mine in the shade Light Medium 10. I did find it was just a tad light last night, so I'm going to add the smallest amount of my La Prairie foundation, because this is in Golden Beige, just for a little bit of warmth to warm it up, because last night it was just a little bit light. And for this, I just apply it to back of my hand. I love the thin consistency of this, and I'm just going to add just a hint of the Golden Beige just to warm it up a little bit. And I might need a little bit more than that, but we'll see. Yeah. A little bit too much Golden Beige. Now I've got so many foundations that I'm trying to use up. Some of them really don't work, and I am looking horrific at work some days, but I have been for the last 2 weeks wearing makeup to work, which is huge for me because I haven't worn makeup all year. So I am trying to make an effort in my appearance and just how I present myself to the world. And some days the makeup does look pretty bad because the foundations aren't really designed for my skin type at the moment. I want to use them up. I mean, I've got a lot there, so I'm learning to mix and match them, mix them up like I have just now. See, it's a much better colour than what it was last night. I've just altered the setting on the camera. That's much more exactly how the colouring is. I'm using, there's lots of natural light coming through the window. But I really like, I would, this is definitely a favourite foundation of mine, the Pat McGrath. I like how light it is. It's perfect for how my skin is at the moment. It gives me good coverage even though it's light on my skin. My skin is just so dehydrated. My skin looks better without makeup, to be honest, than with. I think I don't want to buy any extras at the moment. I'm really wanting to just use what's in my arsenal. I'm mixing and matching things to make them work. I've spent a lot of money on my makeup and I just want to make it work and get through them. But I think going forward, I need to be looking at the likes of like tinted moisturizers until I can sort out the condition my skin is at the moment. I'm slowly starting to add actives into my skincare. All year I've basically only used hydrating toners and moisturizer and sunscreen on my face. I haven't used any actives because I just wanted to be kind to my skin whilst going through all my treatment. A concealer that I like using on a daily is my Sicily eye concealer with botanical extracts. I have the shade 2. It has a very, you will use a little bit at the moment. I didn't actually use this last night, but I like it because it has a little bit of that peachy undertone to help with discoloration under the eyes. But the concealer I used last night was my Dior Forever Skin Correct in 2N. Haven't been using this a lot to know if I love it or not. I just feel concealer just makes my eyes look older at the moment, but I think once I get everything back up to good hydration levels, I have been using some really good skin barrier loving moisturizers, and I am loving them, and I will do a video on those coming up. But I do like using my sponge because I don't like a lot of concealer under my eyes. Then, as always, for setting my under eyes, I love my Hourglass diffused light. Can hardly even read it anymore. I'm pretty sure. Diffused light. I've hit pan. Love it. Don't need to repurchase it when I've run out of this because I have this in one of my Hourglass big palettes, so it'll keep me going for a while. Okay, as far as setting, sorry, I keep playing with my hair. It's actually quite nice to play with. I am going to lightly set my foundation with my Huda Beauty Pound Cake, and I don't go in like I used to with my sponge and lots of powder because I don't need to anymore. I now go in with a really fluffy brush, and I like this one, and it's from my Morphe Aerial brush, and it's the A22, and I just go lightly around the T-zone for now, and I do go in with another powder later if I need to, and just go around that area there. Brows, now that I look, seriously, I had nothing, no hair in my eyebrows or my eyelashes 6 weeks ago, nothing. I've been using Revitalash and Flash Lash, and I am really happy with the growth of my eyelashes. My eyebrows have filled in, so I have some hair in amongst my microblading now. But Oh boy, are they the most disobedient hairs ever. Like, using the Anastasia Brow Freeze, I've got them up there. They won't stay. So I will brush that through, and then I'm going to leave it to dry before I go in. So I'm just going to leave the Brow Freeze for now. For contour, I have this little palette with some colours in here that I just want to use up, but I love at the moment in winter for contour, I love my Hoola bronzer. It's just perfect for contour, and I'm using the Refa 05 brush. I did not make use of the buy one get one free Refa sale. I'm just trying to not spend a lot of money at the moment. I've wasted a lot of money on wigs this year, and I just need to pull my head in. I have sold a few wigs to recoup. So I've sold 4 now, which is good. And if I can sell the rest that I don't want, then I'll be really, really happy. I'm just going to go slightly down here. So what I was trying to say is that I don't want to buy a lot of beauty products, hopefully till the end of the year. I am going to be in videos going forward, just using my makeup that I've got, revisiting eyeshadow palettes. There's some eyeshadow palettes that you haven't even seen makeup tutorials on. I'm going to be doing that, and there is one eyeshadow palette that I'm definitely buying when it comes out, and it was the sneak peek of the new Natasha Denona midi palette. I won't get the face palette, but I will get the eyeshadow palette, only because they look like colours that I would really love, and I love Natasha Denona. But I'm being very strong and not getting a lot of new makeup that's coming out. I didn't get the Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette. I just felt I had those colours, and I know I've got the colours with the Natasha Denona as well, but I know I'm going to love that palette, so that will be an exception. But I'm hoping not to buy much in the way of beauty products at all between now and Christmas, and hopefully beyond. So any makeup tutorials that you get going forward are going to be of products I already have, revisiting, and sort of encouraging everybody to, you know, dig into their makeup stash and use what we've got. So they are going to be my makeup tutorials going forward. Okay, now this is a product you can no longer get, but I do love my Marc Jacobs bronzer in Tantastic. I've hit pan. I've still got a lot of product left, so I'm using this up. And I loved it so much that when Marc Jacobs was getting rid of all these products, I bought a backup. But for the fact that it lasts for such a long time and was at a very good price, it was half price, I grabbed it. The bronzer brush that I do like using is the Sonergy Niji Pro. Really do like this, and I love my Marc Jacobs. This Marc Jacobs bronzer is actually really good bronzer for me in the cooler months. It's quite a neutral shade, and I just love it. It's just a really good basic bronzer for me. Blush, I love my Hourglass palettes, and I'm going to go in, this one is the Lighting Edit Unlocked, and I'm going to use this pinky shade here, because we're going to go with pinky tones. Now, I didn't say, when I was doing my contour, I just go from the top of my ear, and I don't even come into the edge of my eye. I just like a little bit of definition in this portion here of my face, just to give a little bit of sculpting. And then the bronzer is just around the hairline, and I go around here. I don't, for my makeup, do the bronzer under here. I don't really have a chin, and rather than bronzer or contour making me look like I have a chin, I find, in fact, I find it just looks like a muddy line rather than appearing like I've got a chin. And a lot of my times when I'm around, it just looks like I've got dirt on my chin rather than it being a shadow, because there is no contour there naturally. So anyway, using just a bit of this beautiful blush. I love my Hourglass blushes. I love the fact that they have a little bit of sheen. They're not glittery, but they have some dimension to them. When it comes to highlighter, I have a highlighter that I actually really do love, and it's the Westman Atelier Super Loaded Tinted Highlight in Peau de Rose. And this is a cream highlighter, but not too creamy. And I quite like it. Of course, when it comes to powder, I'll put way too much on there. When it comes to powder highlights, I love my Natasha Denona I Need a Glow and the Pat McGrath. Okay, I put a little bit too much on here, so I'm just going to tone that down with my beauty blender. And then there we go. But I like highlights that are just got a beautiful sheen. Okay, let's go back to our eyebrows. So I used the Brow Freeze, which is a really good product, but my eyebrow hairs have already flopped. Absolutely just flopped. They just don't want to stay up there. But I don't have many things on my body at the moment behaving. I'm using my Huda Beauty Bomb Brows in number 5 medium brown, and I'll just quickly fill them in a little bit. Brows are so frustrating, but hopefully that's okay. Okay, lips. One of my favourite lip liners are my Huda Beauty lip contours. This is Honey Beige. I love how creamy these lip liners are. Okay, and the lipstick I wore last night was the Charlotte Tilbury Dance Floor Princess. Still one of my favourite lipsticks. Okay, last but not least, let's get into the eyes. The Rare Beauty eye primer. Just put a little bit of that on. Just use my sponge. I really like this eye primer. I have several, but this one's really, really nice. It's light and really easy to use. And last night, I know I've done a video using this palette before, but I love it. It's guaranteed for a beautiful, girly, just a beautiful look, and it is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Dreams. I love this palette. So I'm going to use exactly the brushes that I used last night. And I'm going to go in with the medium shade to start with. And I'm just going in outer corner and into the transition crease area. Little circular motions, and I'm using the Wayne Goss number 17 brush. And just taking my time to blend. Now last night I was planning on videoing this Get Ready With Me, but we had a communication breakdown. It's my birthday tomorrow, so today is Sunday, and when this video goes up, it is actually my birthday. And we always go out for dinner for our birthdays on the weekend closest to our birthday. And as it was my birthday, I felt it wasn't up to me to organise, and it normally isn't, but didn't get organised. And then the restaurant that I wanted to go to, when we rang in the afternoon, they didn't have any spaces. So hubby went surfing, and I got more and more sort of put out by it. I sulked a little bit. I was a little bit of a child, and I just went to lay on my bed, and I had my filming area all set up in the afternoon ready to film the look, and then it sort of became apparent we weren't going out. So I just sort of grabbed my laptop and started watching young Sheldon in bed. Then he came home and asked what was wrong, and I said I was actually a little bit annoyed because in all our married life, you know, all our years together, well, we've been married 33 years now, we've always gone out for our birthdays and anniversaries. Even when we didn't have a lot of money, they were the 3 times a year we would go out for dinner. So I was a little bit annoyed. And so he said, right, go get ready, we're going out for dinner, we'll find somewhere. But it turned out the restaurant, when he rang and said what the story was, fit us in. So it was a quick get ready, and I didn't have time to film. So that's why I'm recreating the look today. And it was a beautiful meal. The meal was divine. And I'm glad we went where we went, because that's where I wanted to go. Haven't been there for years, and it was divine. It was lovely. We just haven't had many we haven't had a lot of those sorts of evenings this year, so I'm glad we did it. I'm now going in with the darker shade in the outer corner with a Wayne Goss 18. And I'm trying to do exactly what I did with my makeup last night. I just love this palette. And it is a palette that if I did happen to hit pan, I would repurchase in a heartbeat. If I found out it was being discontinued, I would repurchase in a heartbeat. It's just tones I love on my brown eyes. And just think it's I think it's probably one of the most stunning eyeshadow palettes that I have. I think if I ever travel, it's the one palette that I would pick. And then maybe a neutral one like the Mario Master Mattes for neutral shades, but just love this. Okay, taking the same brush, I'm just going to run that under the eye. Then I took a flat brush. Now this is actually a cream shader, but it's what I used. And I'm going to go in with the light shimmer shade. And pop that all over the lid. I just love the opacity of the shadows, just how easy they are to blend. Okay, and then I also used the darker, it's not too dark, shimmer shade, and I just popped it at the edge of that shimmer. Back in with the Wayne Goss and just make sure we've got everything. Go back in with our blending brush and make sure that we're all blended at top. An eyeliner that I really love is my One Size Beauty Busty Brown, and I just went in with. Now what I did do last night is I put in a little flick with the pencil just at the edge, because I've got hooded eyes, and then went in with my outer V brush and then just smudged it in that little outer corner to connect to the bottom, to just smudge it in the outer bit, connect it to the bottom lash line like so. Now a powder that I do like, and I am going to use it because I do like this for smoothing out my pores, and it is the One Size Beauty Turn Up the Base Versatile Powder Foundation in Light to N. I have got two colours, but the medium is too dark for me, which will come in handy for summer. But I like taking my Makeup Forever Little Velvet Poof, pressing it in, and then just lightly going in the centre bit and it just really smooths out the skin as far as pores go. I'm not a fan of, I'm not a convert to setting sprays, but as I have this Charlotte Tilbury setting sprays, this was definitely a YouTube made me buy it. So just to use it up and not have it sitting on my vanity, just going to waste. I have been using this recently. I won't repurchase this one again, but if I do get another setting spray, I think I'll try the Milk makeup one that gives a glow to the skin, because I think that's what my skin needs now, is something with a bit of a glow rather than a matte setting. I am going to duck off camera, pop lashes on. I can wear mascara on my bottom lashes now, but I will put some eyelashes on and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so that is the finished look that I wore to my birthday dinner last night. This is the wig I wore and I really like this wig. This is January by John Renault, and I still need to play with it a little bit. She's fairly new, but I love the length. I love the tousled curls. I just think the curl pattern on this beautiful wig is gorgeous, and I love the colour. I wished it was more rooted because I like a rooted wig because I feel like it is just a little bit more natural, but I am really happy with this. For not seeing the colour in person before purchasing it, I'm really happy with it. Probably my favourite wig to date that I have tried. I do like Dance, which is the wig I reviewed last week, but this is very similar, but just that little bit more length I think is just gorgeous, and I don't have to do anything to her. So I will be doing a review of this wig coming up, but this is the makeup look that I wore to my birthday dinner, and the wig, the earrings, same earrings that I wore, and jumper. I don't have a lot of clothes that are flattering on me at the moment. I have done really well. I've gone from 90 kilos down to 84 kilos. I am working on it. I've got a lot to go. I'd love to get down to a minimum of 70 kilos, but 65 would be fantastic. So I have a lot of work ahead of me. The reason I am wanting to lose that much weight is because estrogen can be produced by fat tissue, and so I need to get my weight under control. I'm going to start my hormone therapy medication tomorrow on my birthday, today when this video is going up. That may make it difficult for me as far as trying to get that weight off as well. It might interfere, but I'm just going to have to work very hard. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and I just, it was a pretty makeup look, and I love this eyeshadow. I just love it to bits. As I said, going forward, my makeup videos are going to be on makeup that I have in my collection, revisiting products, highlighting that what we have in our stashes is worth using up and not wasting what we've already got. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day. Please consider subscribing by clicking on the subscribe button down below. I'd love to see you back. Hope you've all had a beautiful and a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. See you later, guys. Bye.